Well, now that we have a federal election officially underway, we wanted to gauge which party and party leaders voters could be potentially leaning towards. So I'm now joined by Jennifer McLeod-Macy, Senior Vice President from Leger, with a federal election poll conducted for City News. If a federal election were held today, where are voters leaning towards?
They're leaning towards the Liberals, edging above the Conservatives, which is especially the case here in Toronto.
In the poll, the Liberals lead with 40%, while the Conservative Party are close behind at 37% among decided voters. The survey also finds voters are choosing the Liberals across most regions of the country, except in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, where the Conservatives have more support. Looks like it's been quite a shift over the past, couple of weeks, couple of months.
It's a very exciting time to be a pollster. This is very much a roller coaster. We had the Conservatives in the lead, and then things just kept flipping around.
Let's look at the evolution over the past year. The trends in the polls show the Liberals were quite low in the numbers, with a considerable dip in the last week of February of 2025, before they pick up momentum.
It's in response to everything that we've been living here in the news. We've got issues that are important to us that were never on the radar before, and so we do see people kind of taking a closer look. Also, the fact that we've got or have just finished in a snap election in Ontario, this is very unprecedented.
When looking at the New Democratic Party, since Christmas, their support among Canadians also appears to be waning. Are we seeing a shift in NDP voters for this particular election? I mean, quite early, but are we seeing any type of shift happening?
We looked at how people voted in the last election, or at least how they recall or report voting in the last election, to give us a sense of their party allegiance. And we do see a movement among some NDP followers or voters to Liberal this time around.
So what are some of the things in terms of the shifts that you're seeing from what the voters were saying that's really sort of pushed this shift now towards the Liberals?
I've been doing this a long time. We always saw social issues, healthcare always at the top. Over the last few years, we've seen fiscal matters really come up, and now U.S. relations. Who would have thought that would be the number one issue for citizens right now?
We wanted to know who voters would think would be their best prime minister and why.
And that really depends on the issue, but right now Carney is enjoying a lead over Poilievre. We do have some variance depending on the regions. Here in Ontario, it is Carney, the Liberals. We've got Poilievre leading in Alberta, perhaps unsurprisingly, and the other prairie provinces of Saskatchewan and Manitoba. If we drill down in the West, that gap is smaller in Edmonton than it is in Calgary. So that might be something to watch.
Most people were thinking that this was not going to be a horse race, but now it looks like it's going to be tighter.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
The poll was conducted between March 10th and 13th among over 1,500 respondents as part of an online survey. A probability sample of this size would yield a margin of error of plus or minus 2.49%. In Toronto, Afua, City News.